Hi, my name is Patrick, and this video should tell you how important is the written test score and the IPMAT scores in the final selection of IIM Indore. We look at technically at two stages of one is the written test and one is the interview round, two rounds. So, how important is written test in final selection? You get a call, but what are your chances of selection? Let's look at it. So we know that there are three sections for the exam paper pattern. There is quant MCQs, quant short answers, and verbal ability. Each section is 40 minutes. With plus 4 minus 1 for all the MCQ questions, there is minus 1. For short answers, there is no negative mark. We also know the cutoff marks approximately. So the 39, 12, and 125 become the cutoffs. That is last year's cutoff. This is a 23. So let's analyze based on a 23 cutoff. Now comes to how important is this? If I clear the cutoff, will it suffice for me to get selection, or do I need to do more than that? That is what the question is. What they do is the selection process is based on two parts. One is your ATS score, and second is your interview scores. ATS score, that is the aptitude test score, is calculated by using this formula. Your 25 into candidate score minus minimum score upon maximum score in that section minus minimum score. Okay, so for each section they're calculating it. For verbal, the weightage is 50%. For the other two sections, 25%. Right? For verbal, the candidate score minus minimum score and maximum score minus minimum score. That is the formula which is used, right? Technically. Okay, so based on your minimum score, how high is your score with regards to maximum score? Now there is one catch out here. I'll come back to it. Now, if you look at it, in the general category or almost all categories, the maximum score, the ATS score for the students who clear the cutoff is almost double of the people who minimum clear cutoff. For a general category, the minimum person who clears the cutoff is normally the cutoff is 43, whereas maximum is 82. It means almost double. And how does this double come across into picture? The double will come across into picture because of the quant section and not the verbal section. Because verbal section, if you look at it, the cutoff is itself very high, 125. The highest, okay, even if I look at the maximum 180. Okay, if a person gets all correct, let's say, maximum will be 180. Right? So it is not a big difference between this one. The bigger difference will come because of the quant section. Because here the higher score, if a person gets all correct, becomes 120, which is much higher than 39. And here it becomes 60, which is much higher than 12. So which basically means a lot of difference in score will come because of my quant section. Though verbal section will give me a higher score overall, but the difference between my score and the person who just clears the cutoff will come from the quant section. Also, if I have a very high maximum score, my scores are close to the maximum, I have a higher chance of selection. How does that higher chance of selection comes in? If I convert this into that 65% weightage, the weightage for ATS score is 65. So if I multiply these scores by 65.65, I'm just putting it 0.65, 65% weightage. So difference in minimum and maximum basically comes to almost 25. Which means the person who has scored minimum here, even if he has got, let's say, in the interview rounds, he gets 30 marks out of 35. That's very high score. Then even if the maximum guy scores just 6 marks, he'll still be higher than the minimum guy. If he just scores 6 marks, he'll still be higher than the minimum guy. So that means that 30 marks out here, 28 will give you 58. Whereas 6 marks will go out here, will give you 59. So automatically you'll be higher than, and you'll clear the cutoff. Even 5 marks will be higher than that. Right? So which means having a high written test score increases the chances of selection drastically. So automatically, if you really want to convert IIM Indore, my suggestion is don't look at clearing the cutoff. Anyone can clear the cutoff. Not many, whoever clears the cutoff, but try to maximize the score. And the way to maximize the score is to get the right methods and approaches to solve, because you have to solve fast. You can't solve things slowly. Right? Though you have 40 minutes, you feel, oh, 40 minutes I'll solve 4-5 questions and clear the cutoff. Your aim should not be clearing 4-5 questions, but your question should be aiming like 10-15 questions in 10-12 questions in essay. Same way, maybe 15-20 questions in the MCQs. Try to maximize your attempts and the score. That will help your final selection. Okay, approaches and methods are important. learn approaches, learn tricks that will help you to solve things faster. If you want to know the approaches to solve the IPMAT paper, look at my past year's IPMAT solutions. I've looked at the approaches of how to solve things quickly. You can look at that approaches, learn that, and try to implement that in your daily routine or some that you solve. And we do have courses for IPMAT BBA. So for 2025, 2026, and 2024, a full course, crash course, shortcut workshop, and a mocks. If you're interested, you can contact us. Right? All the best for the exam. We'll come up with more videos that will help you with your preparation for IPMAT. If you're interested, you can subscribe to the channel. All the best.